Today, we're jumping into one of the biggest questions out there, and we're going to explore it through a really fascinating philosophical text. It's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? But what's so interesting about the text we're looking at is that it doesn't just, philosophize vaguely. It lays out a whole system, a really provocative framework for understanding exactly where we fit in the grand scheme of things. So, here's how we're going to break it down. We'll look at life versus a lifetime. Then, the nature of consciousness. We'll get into this idea of a cosmic ladder, what it means to have a purpose of service, how life is like a cosmic play, and finally, how a personal awakening ties this all together. Okay, so first things first, we have to understand this really crucial distinction the source makes. It's the difference between having a lifetime and the concept of life itself with a capital L. Think about it like this. Your lifetime, that's just one trip. It's temporary. It's like a set of clothes you put on for a while. But life, that's the body that's wearing the clothes. It's the eternal journey, the core you that continues on, changing forms, whether it's animal or human, lifetime after lifetime. And this classic poem just nails the concept. The grass withers and grows again every year. You can't burn it out. It just comes back. The individual blades, those are the lifetimes. They come and go, but the grass itself, that underlying life, that's eternal. It's a really beautiful way to think about this endless cycle. Okay, so if life is this eternal thing, what is it? Really? What's it made of? So the source gets a little out there at first. It calls it a spiritual antimatter structure. But don't worry, it brings it right back down to earth for us. It basically simplifies it to this. Life is consciousness, or, what we might call a soul. It's that core awareness. And this is a really big deal. This consciousness isn't just along for the ride. No, it's the driver. Your state of consciousness literally determines your form and your environment. So if you have the consciousness of a pig, you become a pig. If you have the consciousness of a human, well, you get the idea. This is the absolute engine behind this whole philosophy. All right, so if consciousness creates all these different forms, how do they all relate to each other? Well, that brings us to the next piece of the puzzle. Something called the cosmic ladder. So imagine this giant ladder. Down at the very bottom, you've got the most basic stuff, like bacteria. Then you move up a step to plants and animals. Then us, humans. But, and this is key, the ladder keeps going. Above us, you've got immortals, gods, and Buddhas. And right at the very, very top, the supreme being. And let's be clear, this isn't just a neat way to categorize things. Oh no, this is a power structure. The text is super explicit about this. Each higher level holds absolute power over the level below it. We're talking total control. So with a structure like that, it begs the question, right? Where do you find your value? What's the whole point of your existence in this system? Well, the answer is incredibly straightforward. Your value comes from serving the level right above you. Animals serve humans. Humans serve the immortals and gods. And everybody, all the way up and down the ladder, ultimately serves the supreme being. And if you don't, if you refuse to serve, well, you lose your value. And that means you risk destruction, which isn't being wiped out, but more like being demoted, getting reincarnated into a lower form to try again. Okay, so value is about service. But what about meaning? What's the grand reason for this whole cosmic drama? The meaning of life, in this view, is to be an actor. Yep, an actor in a giant cosmic play. Everything you do, everything that happens, is all part of a script. Every single being is just playing their part. But here's a really cool twist. Even though you're in this huge play, you also get to be a director of your own little sideshows. You can write your own plays within the play. Creating a family, starting a business, those are your scenes to direct. So you might be wondering, where did all this come from? This isn't just abstract theory. The whole thing is grounded in the author's own absolutely life-changing personal story. Before this accident, the author says his life was just confused. He was chasing money, success, just serving his own small family. Then, boom, a car crash. And that was the turning point. It gave him this incredible clarity. His life went from confused to clear. His purpose totally shifted. Now, he sees his mission as serving all of humanity, to harvest mature crops, which is his way of saying he's here to help other people wake up. And what's the reward for this new mission? Well, for him, it's all about climbing that cosmic ladder we talked about. He believes that by doing this, he's raising his own consciousness, and that his ultimate reward will be to become an immortal on this legendary island called Belija. So there you have it, a really complete and, let's face it, pretty challenging system for value and meaning, all framed as one big performance. And it really leaves us with a provocative thought to take with us. If your life really is a role in a cosmic play, are you happy with the part you're playing?